The windswept plains of northern Spain are home to the fastest, the longest racetrack on the planet. Hello everybody and welcome to the second event for the 2016 CIK FIA Championship Series. We are at Zuera International Circuit, and as you can see, the OKJunior karts are on the grid for their final, which will roll into life in a few moments' time. So good afternoon, my name is Ian Silvestrin. I am your commentator for this second event of the year. Of course, we kicked off the KZ European Championships in Normandy, northern France, at the end of April. And we moved to beautiful Zaragoza in the Aragon region, approximately halfway between Barcelona and Madrid, for the second round of the series. Well, we have had some races, some national races. We've had the WSK International events, the Super Master Series, which will conclude next weekend. And that has been an opportunity for the new OK regulations to be put to the bitumen. This is the first CIK FIA European Championship event for the year for the new regulations. And there's a good degree of optimism, excitement around this class. It's been brilliant so far this weekend. We started with 84 entrants from every populated continent on Earth racing here this weekend at the fastest circuit in the world. So, karts are on the track. They will push start into life. There is no clutch, there is no battery, there is no starter motor. It's just like the good old days of 100cc. We've shed all that unnecessary surplus equipment, you could say. The karts are much lighter. They move around much more on the track, and the drivers say they are much more exciting to race. That is the pole sitter, Noah Watt from Denmark, driving for the baby race team. Of course, his father, Jason Watt, Formula 3000 racer of note and also DTM driver. Here this weekend, watching his boy, he's been superb so far. He took pre-final 1 victory earlier this morning, which you were able to watch live right here on CIKFIA.tv. Finn Keneally, the Great Britain driver with the team from Great Britain, Ricky Flynn Motorsport, that have won the last 2 Junior World Championships, last year with Logan Sargent and in 2014 with Enem Ahmed. What is driving the 205 Tony kart for the baby race team from Brescia in northern Italy? Keneally with the Alonso kart. You can see the beautiful grid girls and the grass in the background, how strong the breeze is here in Zuera. That's Isaac Blomqvist for Ward Racing, the team from Sweden, run by Joachim Ward, who himself was an international racer of note, finishing 7th in the 1988 World Championships from memory. You look at Timothy Paysalon, another of the RFM drivers, also in the Vortex-powered Alonso kart. Timothy from southern France, managed these days by Philippe Bianchi, the father of the late, great Jules Bianchi. Yeah, the poor grid girls, you can see how strong the breeze is blowing their hair about. And the CIK banners here in Zuera, Zaragoza, the track that was built in 2007 and hosted the 2011 World Championships, which were won by Nick de Vries in a Zanardi kart. Speaking of a Zanardi kart, we will see Tom Joyner in action in the OK final. He will start that race from pole. You look at Caio Colette from Sao Paulo in Brazil. Third in last year's World Championship, starts out of grid number 6 alongside the Russian Ivan Shvetsov, that you just caught a glimpse of. Hello to Gusto Fragas, watching us back home in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the 1995 World Champion, these days manager of Caio Colette. The 241 kart is the very impressive young German Esteban Muth. He finished 4th in pre-final 1 and therefore starts on the outside of row 4 for this 15-lap, 20-kilometre final here this afternoon. Charles Milesi from France, with the Tony Kart Factory Racing team. Look at the shine on these brand new Vega Control tyres for 2016. Of course, Vega, the official tyre supplier for all three categories, along with Panther, the official fuel supplier for the CIK for 2016 as well. Mikhail Simonov for Shvetsov Racing. There seem to be more and more Russians on the grid every race. It is a red kart, but it is a Tony Kart under the banner of Ward Racing. Yeah, just mentioning Joachim Ward before. 7th as a driver in the 1988 World Championships. 2 spots behind Luka Badoya. That is the driver from Malaysia, Abdul bin Ghaffar Mustafa Muizzadin. For many years racing a CRG. Now you can see he's racing for the 5-time world champion, Danilo Rossi, in the DR Racing Kart team. He's had a difficult weekend. He starts out at grid number 12, which is not too bad, as the 125cc engines fire into life. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. It is not the 100cc Formula A karts on the grid. This is back to the future. This is the OKJunior class. There is no clutch, there is no battery, there is no starter motor. They fire into life with the aid of the decompression valve onto the circuit, and we get ready to go racing for the first final of the 2016 European Championships for the OKJunior class. Settle back and enjoy this one wherever you are watching us all around the world, live on CIK FIA.tv. There will be another formation lap as we go through the grid. Noah Watt on pole alongside Keneally, Blomqvist and Pesalon, Shvetsov Colette, Milesi Muth, and the 2 Russians, Pavel Bolentsev and Simonov on the 5th row. Muizzadin, who we just saw, alongside Kieran Gios from England. He's a row ahead of Teddy Wilson, who starts alongside Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian in the CRG. Grid number 26, have a look at that. Giuseppe Fusco did not set a time in qualifying, had to come from grid 84 throughout the heats. He's got through into the final in the LKE-powered Lenzo kart. Starts on the 13th row. Look for the Italian to come charging through in number 258. The very last row of the grid, the very last spot, is the Czech driver Petr Patacek in the Formula K kart. Powered by the Parilla, finished 17th in pre-final 2 and just scraped through to race this afternoon. So Finn Keneally from England, eager to get on with things. But the driver with the pink helmet, Noah Watt, will set the pace in the Baby Race Tony Kart. Of course, Baby Race also with Alessio Lorandi racing in the FIA Formula 3 round at pole, not too far away over the border in France. When I say not too far away, maybe 1,000 odd kilometres, which is, well, in Australian terms, it's not that far. We're only a few moments away from the start. The breeze has not let up. It's turned into strong wind gusts of up to 50 k's an hour. It's been relentless here in the windswept plains of Spain. 15 laps for the OKJunior class. Noah Watt from Denmark alongside Finlay Keneally from Great Britain on the front row of the grid. Watt will dictate the pace. He's on pole. He leads them up to the line. 4 red lights. Go out and we are racing. Keneally got a good start, but I suspect Blomqvist, yes, from grid number 3, is going to go into second spot. Noah Watt leads down into turn number 2, the opening lap of the first final here this afternoon. Noah Watt leads up through turn 5 and 6. He's got the driver from Ward Racing, Isaac Blomqvist, right on his rear bumper. 1 kart out in the dust. Might have been the Russian, Pavel Bolentsev. In fact, Bolentsev has not even taken the start and is classified way, way down the field. Watt with 2 kart lengths now over Blomqvist. The Birol Art of Kyle Collette did not make a good start, but he's made 1 position back. He's now into 5th place, getting past the second of the RFM drivers, which it looked as though was Timothy Pesalon. There's Fetsov for SMP Racing in 4th spot, the blue race suit. They come around the final corner for the first of 15 times here this afternoon. Watt winds up that kart, head down behind the steering wheel into turn 1 flat strap. across the line, it's Muitza Din and Simonov fighting, one ahead of Kieran Jewis. Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian, has not made a good start. He's back into 12th. One ahead of the Brit, Teddy Wilson, Dmitry Bogdanov, and Ulissi Dupau from Belgium rounds out the top 15. Noah Watt leads from Blomqvist, who's being pressured now from Finn Keneally. Ivan Shvetsov still there in 4th. Kyle Collette from Pace Salon, the Frenchman, has indeed dropped back to 6th from grid 4. Up the inside goes Keneally. Blomqvist goes very, very deep and does not let him through. Up through the furthest part of this 1.7 kilometre circuit. Blomqvist, Pesalon, Shvetsov, Kyle Collette. Watch for the Brazilian to come charging through. Back in 6th spot. Milesi, Esteban Mulf, the German. Muitza Din is up into the top 10, running in 9th, in fact, as Simonov rounds out the first 10 second time round. Muitza Din in the DR kart. Down the inside of Esteban Muth. I think he's made the move stick. No, the German closed him off. There they go through. Look at the battle just behind them. There is the Ricardo kart of Kieran Jewis, Dennis Hauger, Ulissi Dupau, and Nicholas Kruten, the German, for Ricky Flynn Motorsport now on the charge from grid number 20 up into 14th. Noah Watt, though, he's got a lead of half a second, 0.56 over Isaac Blomqvist. 3rd is Keneally. No, 3rd is Kyle Collette. The Brazilian, with a brilliant move into turn number 7, has gone through. Up through the furthest section of the circuit. That was nicely done by Kyle Collette. He's in position number 3. Why is that significant? He finished the World Championships in position number 3. He qualified 3rd. He even finished the Rotax Max Grand Finals in Portugal last year in position number 3. He runs across the line in 3rd now. He has to desperately improve 2 positions. The driver from Sao Paulo, there he is, Kart 201, the always immaculately turned out Birol Art Machine. He's under pressure though from Finn Keneally in the bright green helmet. The British driver for the British team. Watt goes through. His gap is now out to 0.6 of a second over Isaac Blomqvist. Kyle Collette, this is down through turn 6 and turn 7. As our race director, Mr. Nigel Edwards, risks his life by standing within about 3 inches of that ripple strip. But in relative safety though, Watt continues to lead. His father, Jason, we mentioned him before. He's here in the grandstand watching his boy do a superb job. He had a couple of heat wins yesterday and he's driving away from the field. The gap last time around was 0.67 of a second. Now it's out to 1.07. Noah Watt has also just done the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 2.524, an average speed around this frighteningly fast Zuera circuit of 95 k's an hour. Top speed for these junior drivers, 128, as they go flat out through turn number 1. The Vega tyres at grip for their life as they don't lift off the throttle. And Noah Watt driving away from the rest of the field. There's Collette. The battle for second spot is the Swede for the Swedish Ward Racing team. Collette for Birol Art and Finn Keneally for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. Ivan Shvetsov, the Russian, is just a spot further back. Charles Milesi for the Tony Kart Racing team is in 6th as Collette down the inside. Collette up into second spot over Blomqvist. Blomqvist did his best to try and hold off the Brazilian, but he couldn't quite do so. Kyle Collette, well, he's had enough of running in 3rd, as we mentioned. It's up into 2nd. Oh no, we spoke too soon because Kyle Collette is not only back to 3rd, he's back to 4th. Keneally has gone through. Blomqvist has gone through, and now he has to hold off the challenge of Ivan Shvetsov. Kyle Collette, for a brief moment, was in position number 2. Now he's back to 4th. He's not even on the podium. Noah Watt says, thank you very much. How good is this? He's driving away with this one. We've reached 1/3 race distance. He's got 1.3 seconds over the rest of the field. Noah Watt just flashes by Isaac Blomqvist, that Tony Kart from Ward Racing in Sweden, working nicely, lifting the inside rear Vega tyre on this super quick circuit. This is the final corner as they wind it up. Colette's got a good run. Watch him in fourth. Will he take back third place? He's in the slipstream on the rev limiter at 15,000 RPM. Watch him down into turn number 2. Will he make a move? He thought about it. Had the rears locked up. Remember, there are no front brakes on these karts. An incident further down in the field involving the Finnish driver, William Alatalo. So what continues to lead the gap is 2.3 seconds for this battle for the podium. Blomqvist for Ward Racing. The team from Sweden, home circuit, Kristianstad, which will host the KZ World Championships on September 4 this year. Only the 4th time the CIK World Championships have ever been held in the Scandinavian nation. And that's going to be absolutely sensational. A long way to go before that one, including the Euro champs. This is the first round. Noah Watt, look, he's driving away from this one. The gap is out to 2.5 seconds from this battle for second. Here's Blomqvist. Colette locks up the rears under brakes. This is good to see. It's just like the good old days of 100cc as Colette slides it up into second spot. This time, let's see if the Brazilian can hold on. He drives up the left side of the track. They'll have to go around the long way. He holds it through. Blomqvist, Keneally, Ivan Shvetsov from Russia is in 5th spot, also with the Ward Racing team. Shvetsov in the blue race suit. You can see the yellow flag is still being held out. As Colette now has got a little bit of a gap. This is exactly half race distance. He had the front left in the air as he put his right foot flat to the board, so to speak, onto the straight. He's got good horsepower, does Colette. There's Watt, forget about it. He's on his way to victory if he can hold on. Colette has got a gap of 0.3 of a second over Blomqvist. Here comes Finn Keneally in the bright green helmet. The driver from England for Ricky Flynn Motorsport takes a tighter line than Blomqvist. Ivan Shvetsov still watches on. Keneally up the inside. Good move on Blomqvist. Blomqvist back to 4th and provisionally off the podium. Can he respond? Defensive. Shvetsov in 5th is going to have a good run here. Let's see if Shvetsov can finally make a move. He's watched this battle. Colette is skipping away. Blomqvist up the inside into turn number 6. Here comes Shvetsov for the first time. He's going to take the both of them round the outside. Not quite. Blomqvist takes it back. Well, for about 5 meters, the Russian was on the podium for SMP Racing. There he is in the blue race suit. He went from 5th to 4th to 3rd around the outside of turn number 8. He's back to 5th. Blomqvist holds 3rd. Keneally, the Englishman, is sandwiched in 4th in this battle. Colette has pulled out 1.3 seconds from this battle on that last lap alone. Out front, Noah Watt. Fastest lap, 1 minute 1.951. He is the only driver who's gone under 1 minute 2 as Keneally up the inside and drags the Russian along with him for the ride. Blomqvist back to 5th. Shvetsov now in 4th. Colette skipping away to 2nd place. Shvetsov now, can the Russian climb up onto the podium? 5.5 laps remaining in this first final for the 2016 European Championships. There's Colette in the Birol Art. Well, the question is, can he now catch Noah Watt out front? Watt has still done the fastest lap of the race, a 101.951, as we mentioned. Kyle Colette, a 1 minute 2 dead. There's Keneally, the Englishman. He's in 3rd. Kyle Colette. Well, the gap, let's have a look. It was 3 seconds. It remains as such to Noah Watt. It would take a disaster for the Dane not to win this one. There's Colette. There's Keneally. Shvetsov. Blomqvist. He was in 2nd for much of the early part of this race. Now he's back to 5th. He's not even on the podium. There's Colette. Keneally. Shvetsov. Blomqvist. Here comes Timothy Paislon, the Frenchman, in 6th spot. Then his countrymen, Charles Milesi, Simonov, Jouis and Esteban Muth. What happened to the German? He's back to 10th. One ahead of Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian, for the CRG team. He's back in 11th. They go through turn 6 without positions changing. Noah Watt, what a faultless drive this has been for the first 2/3 of this race. The Dane surely on his way to victory. Keneally, Shvetsov, Blomqvist in 5th. Blomqvist is in the slipstream. He pulls out. Can Blomqvist take the Russian? No. Good horsepower. The two Ward Racing teammates, in fact. Let's not forget that. This time, down the inside into turn number 2. Isaac Blomqvist back into 4th spot. Timothy Pace-Salon and Charles Malasey, the two Frenchmen, that's them. They're at the tail of this battle. They're going to be involved before too long. Then it's Simonov in the 243 cart. He's sitting up back there in 8th ahead of Muth and Kieran Jewis. Dennis Hauger still 11th. Well, a frantic final it's been. While this has been going on, we've lost the Malaysian driver, Muid Sadin, but let's get back to the front because Blomqvist has muscled his way back through on Keneally. Shvetsov says, I'll have a piece of that as well. 3 laps remaining after they complete this one. Oh, Blomqvist looks to collect points. Says, let's not fight. The podium's getting away. I don't think the Russian's going to care less, even though they are Ward Racing teammates. There's Kieran Jewis fighting with Dennis Hauger, Esteban Muth. That's for the top 10. Bogdanov, Alessandro Giardelli goes through in the Lario Motorsport kart. There's Petele, Leonardo Marceglia also, and Lucas Summerland. Way down in 26th position. He's from Denmark, but his countryman is on screen now. Noah Watt, this has been a brilliant drive. Well, has he picked up the flag for Denmark or what? A country not with the greatest population, but a great motorsport heritage. Of course, we had Nicholas Nielsen on the podium of the World Championships last year. But we have to go way back to 1990 to Jan Magnussen to find the last time that a Dane won the World Karting Championship. That was at Jesolo. Jan did it in a CRG kart in the Formula K class, the class that spectacularly ran the 6-inch tyres. It's been a whole generation. His boys now racing for the Renault F1 team just a few hundred kilometres away. Noah Watt now with the baby race team. That's been a change for him as well for 2016. Over the ripple strip. Just lifts the inside rear nicely through turn number 7. He will come around at this time to take the last lap board. If I'm not mistaken, the gap is 3.4 seconds. Kyle Collette is doing a good job in second in the Birrell Art. But it's going to take a failure for Noah Watt not to win this one. He comes around onto the straight to take the last lap board. Last lap mightn't sound like much, but here at Zuera, it is 1.7 kilometres. The longest, fastest track in CIK international regulations. Dennis Hauger now inside the top 10, the Norwegian. But nothing, bar a catastrophe, is going to stop Noah Watt, son of Formula 3000 and DTM great Jason Watt, from taking victory here this afternoon. Noah, a star in his own right. Does he look behind him? No, he knows he's got this in the bag. Gently down under brakes into turn number 6. The bright pink helmet of the boy from Copenhagen rounds the final few corners. This has been a brilliant display for the baby race team, managed by the former European champion Roberto Toninelli, here this weekend to watch his boy take victory. He winds it up onto the start-finish straight. Noah Watt from Denmark wins the opening race of the European Championships right here in Spain. A great drive by Kyle Collette, the Brazilian, takes second place, and Isaac Blomqvist from Sweden does indeed take the final step of the podium here in Spain. Finn Keneally just off the podium. Bad luck for the Englishman. He was 4th ahead of Timothy Pace-Salon. Wow, the Frenchman came home to finish 5th, getting the better of Shvetsov, Milesi, Simonev. Esteban Muth and Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian, his first year in juniors, rounds out the top 10, but take nothing away from the boy from Copenhagen. Noah Watt, a faultless drive from pole position, has taken the win, the first round of the OKJunior European Championships for 2016. He's done it in the sunshine here in Spain for his baby race team based in Brescia, northern Italy. He will be absolutely delighted. We'll see him on the podium in just a moment. Watt has taken victory. What a win for Noah Watt. Caio Collet from Brazil, second, and Isaac Blomqvist, third for Sweden. Keneally, Paysalon, Shvetsov, Milesi, Simonev, so two Russians inside the top 10. Good drive by Esteban Muth and Dennis Hauger, finishing in 10th spot. So we will see these drivers on the podium in just a moment. I expect that Noah Watt will have a huge smile on his face. And why wouldn't he? He absolutely deserves it. Brilliant drive all weekend. Started the final on pole. He had a couple of heat wins yesterday. Had to do it the hard way through the heats by virtue of starting on the outside of the front row a couple of times. Was pushed back to 4th and 5th. That's been a talking point as well. Inside, but a row behind seems to be the advantage here in Zuera. But nevertheless, he's gone on to take the win by 3.79 seconds at the end from Collet, Blomqvist, Keneally and Paysalon. Drivers not to finish that one, Hugo de Wilde, Muizzedin from Malaysia. We saw him on the grid. We were expecting a lot for him, but he's classified down in 30th and he did not finish. Also, we saw the yellow flag out earlier for the Finnish driver, William Alatalo, Victor Martins also. And the two Russians, Bulantstev actually did not even make the start. And David Rosenfeld. So we're just awaiting the drivers to come in from Parc Ferme and we will see them on the podium here in Zuera for the first round of the European Championships. Expect the smallest boy in the race, Noah Watt, to have the biggest smile. He will stand on the top step, Caio Collet and Isaac Blomqvist. Stay with us on CIKFIA.tv. The podium presentation coming your way in just a moment. Fantastic atmosphere here at Zuera. So we await the drivers for the podium presentations.
Okay, thank you.
The wind is still picked up
here at Zuera. It has been relentless all weekend, but that won't take anything away from the podium. We just wait for the drivers and the officials here at Zuera. Before we get underway with the podium here this afternoon. The first round of the CIK FIA European Championships. Of course, stay with us after this one. We will have the KZ, the Road Racing Rocket Ships, their final here, and we'll finish off the first round of the OK series with the OK final here at Zuera. We're just about ready to go for the podium presentation. Well, it might be quite windy here at Zuera, but at least it's not raining. We're going to get underway with the podium presentation. First of all, from Sweden, in third place, let's hear it for Isaac Blomqvist. Second place, all the way from Sao Paulo in Brazil, Caio Colette. And the winner of the first round, the first ever OKJunior class from Denmark, it is Noah Watt. And representing the winning team, Baby Race, Roberto Toninelli. We stand by for the national anthem of Denmark. The podium for the first round of the European OKJunior Championships. I'd like to call on Don Jesus Perez Santander, President of the Federation Aragon Automobile, to present the third place trophy to Isaac Blomqvist. Don Angel Echegoyen, Vice President of the Real Federation of Spanish Automobile Racing, to present the second place trophy to Caio Colette of Brazil. And the Executive Secretary of the CIK FIA, Mr. K. Oberreiter, to present the winning trophy to Noah Watt. And to present the team's trophy, Don Narciso Gil, President, representing International Circuit of Zuera, to present the winning trophy to Baby Race, Mr. Roberto Toninelli. So the girls move in for the flowers. Possibly the best part of the podium presentation itself is seeing the beautiful Spanish grid girls here at Zuera. We'll try and move in for a quick chat ourselves. We don't fall off the podium. First of all, third place, Isaac Blomqvist for Ward Racing, a good driver, hard race this weekend.
Yeah, it all started good with third in qualifying. Gave us start position 1, 1, 2, yeah. So finished third after heats also is a very good result for us. And the third place in the final is also good. So we're very happy with the weekend.
Congratulations, Isaac. Caio Colette from Sao Paulo in Brazil, third in the World Championships last year, second today. You're getting there, nearly the top spot.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to my team. They did a great job. And for my mechanic too. He worked all the week. We was fast all the week. And that is it. It's a good start.
Congratulations, Caio Colette from Brazil. And the winner, we step up. Well done, Noah Watt. You absolutely dominated a brilliant drive here this afternoon.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the team and my dad and everyone who supported me this weekend. It was, we were just fast through all the weekend. We had a little bit of problems in the practice in the first couple of heats, but we managed to get away with it and win the final. So, yeah, thank you to everyone.
Congratulations, Noah. Congratulations, Isaac. And congratulations, well done, Caio Colette. And anche la squadra Baby Race. Bravo, Roberto. Stay with us on CIKFIA.tv. We've got the KZ final and the OK final coming live from Zuera in just a few moments.